Unblocking our paths to joy. We are remembering promises that the Creator has written in our hearts. Light codes engraved in our being are awakening within our knowledge once again. The knowing of the universe is coming through us at this wonderful time on earth. And just as we knew many things without thinking during the time of Lemuria, we feel the truth of certain things again now, often without knowing how or why. Awakening experiences and visions and insights hinting at our star-born ancestry and destiny, enlightening us to our unity consciousness and brotherhood with all life, are coming to those who have heard the call to tend the fertile soil of a loving and nurturing inner environment within themselves. For those who are hearing and recognizing that call now, and are unlearning old patterns that they survived but which harm them still, they are promised that letting go of their struggles with life and themselves, that removing the rocks and boulders of old hurts, the weeds of self-doubt, and the drought of numbed emotions will make the perfect ground needed for the full blossoming of their blessings too. Just like an onion, layers upon layers of old stories we had believed from this lifetime and other lives from long ago, all those which limited and hurt us, they will be peeled away. And as we shed the old through learning self-love and compassion, forgiveness and gratitude, through turning towards the growing warmth of an inner sun as it guides us forwards, with each shedding and unveilment, we reach finer and finer levels of ourselves, of our awareness, and of our beautiful unfolding truth and being. Sacred keys and gifts are given as we realize our higher truth, as we start to embody and share our love and light. Increasing inner visions too, and stronger intuition like an inner compass, as well as clear signs and signposts are gifted, as well as reconnections and reunions with light family guides and soul friends, as we are enfolded back into the love and light of God that is our heavenly birthright. Indeed, our heavenly new earth is born out of our becoming conscious of the deepest whisperings of our truest hearts. And we are promised that whatever will make our joy full, that we will be given that. So which part of us knows? Which part knows what would make our joy full? Is it our heads? No, it's our hearts where we feel joy. And to reach this knowing in us, we have to journey only on paths of our own truth, letting go of the thoughts and ideas of others, the rules, the judgments and the dogmas. To know our own truth Whatever that might be, sometimes takes a great deal of courage. Because sometimes our truth has been so well hidden. Often it has been shamed, punished or banished as if it's unacceptable. So many of us became alienated from ourselves and felt lost and directionless as a result. Our truth can have been shut away or even shut down at a very young age. And this requires us, in our journeys of reconnecting with ourselves, to pick up our conversation with ourselves at a very young age sometimes. An example of this is one that many people might relate to. Is before words were known, before we could speak, as an infant, we may have been terrified out of an urge to bite someone. Now this may have been our way of trying to say no to someone who was cutting our nails too short, that they were hurting. Well, that blocked expression, that little child in us, just needs to be acknowledged if it arises, given the room and the understanding it needed. And it needed when you were an infant. For in that urge to bite was and still is a piece of you. And until it is allowed to be, well, in your body somewhere it still wants to make its truth known. Maybe this infant in you feels angry. Maybe it doesn't know that time has passed. It just knows somewhere in your body, without you even really being aware of it, that it isn't understood and it isn't allowed to say no in the only way that it knew then. And maybe it feels shame on top. And then maybe next time it wanted to say no, next time that child felt something wasn't good, it felt unsure and remembered it had to be good and quiet instead. Tensions within then build, and that child might even start to judge itself for feeling unsure, for feeling scared to say no. Whatever arises in the course of these times of increased light, increased clearing, releasing and healing needs to be unjudged, to be understood and then released. The only bad emotion is a blocked emotion, and I say this for a few reasons. Blocking our truth takes a lot of energy and creates a lot of tension. And you can't heal something if you don't allow yourself to feel it. And you need to find a space for all of your truths. The seemingly inconsequential momentary ones like that urge to bite, and the more fundamental static ones like your love of a certain genre of music, for example, in order to start to let yourself out of the box, to live from inside instead of letting others, society, your family, your teachers or your colleagues shape you. And a blocked emotion, even though you don't want to recognise that it's there, is still there, and it's much more likely to be acted out at times of stress, unconsciously or through unintentional leakage behaviours than one which is being made aware in your consciousness and that you're working with and healing and releasing. And most importantly of all, you can't block one emotion without shutting down the whole emotional communication and feedback system. You can't say, I'll have the joy, but not the sadness or anger. Numbing one emotion numbs them all. And if you're going to find your joy and live your dreams and enjoy the streams of blessings that are yours, you need to let yourself come fully alive again. You need to open up to listening to yourself, to letting your heart know that you're its champion. And if you're going to encourage your heart to start to talk to you again and share its dreams, we're going to journey now through and beyond some of the layers of resistance that can keep us stuck and unable to ever truly know our truth and what would make our joy full. We will be receiving gifts and tools to help us get to the deepest whisperings of our hearts, to help us unlock the natural flows of joy and the springs of hope which quench our thirst during times of uncertainty, loss or challenge. These springs of joy and flows of living water that are there when we are whole again. So we will journey inwards now in this expanded moment. So make sure that you're really comfortable. Let us enter now a space beyond words, a space outside of judgments, a space of just being. Letting the logical mind, the thinking, the words, just letting them go. Let's just be here now, breathing with awareness. One beautiful breath at a time. And you may notice patterns of striving arising, of feeling that we have to get this meditation right, or do our breathing better, or sit in a more perfect lotus position. Letting all that go and knowing that we're okay just as we are. Know that you are okay just as you are. And even if you're still getting thoughts arising, urges to get up, to do something, we're just going to let them be there. We're not going to judge them. Just allow them to be in the background, and instead focus on bringing your attention as gently as you can back to your breath. Just noticing it going in and out, all the way in and all the way out, one breath at a time. Notice where it's easiest to feel the breath as it enters and leaves the body. Let your attention rest there, as if you're a feather. Floating on the breath, rising with the in-breath, and fluttering down with the out-breath, up and down. Let this image be your center stage. Now we're going to feel deeper into the breath, to really feel the shining nourishment within it, the love that is there. Let yourself really feel with this loving breath that you are loved exactly as you are right now. Allow yourselves to open the door to the reality that is always present for us, that we are each in actual fact a beloved child of the universe. Let us open that door further and further now, allowing the shaft of light and love that is there to reach us, letting the rays of the sweetest fragrant love and golden light to soften, warm and gladden our hearts. Let us now rest here for a moment. As we relax into this soft, loving, golden glow, we can let go of any lingering old pain or hurt and anything which does not serve us anymore. We can settle into now, knowing that we are in the right place with nothing else to do in this moment, and that truly all is well. Let love soothe anywhere in you that is arising for healing now. And as you tune into this love that pervades your nourishing breath, let us see this love as it is expressing in every particle of creation, animate and inanimate, as if each loving particle is glowing, pulsating and golden with potential. Which parts of creation are coming forward to you with this glow of life? Let your heart take you to your loves, whether they be in the trees, the plants, the clouds, the birds, the sunshine. Maybe you're connecting with the elementals, or the crystals, all with the beings around you. Now, enjoying these connections, let us follow these particles of love to their source, where all particles consciously enjoy the love which is perpetually and joyfully spiraling through them. where that love is constantly being given and received in balance and harmony, where love just is, expressing and receiving, being and becoming. Here in this space we can connect with the angels and other ascended beings who love us unconditionally. And with our hearts now attuned and our presence aware to this love, and for our holy highest good, let us deeply commune with the loving beings we find here. These beings are carrying the pure love of God, and they wish to help us release old stories about ourselves. As we approach them, just looking into their eyes, we can begin to see ourselves as we truly are, because they can truly see us exactly as we are. They see the whys and the wherefores of every decision we've ever made, going back through millennia of past lives. And with their perfect understanding, they love us without any judgment. They understand fully the trials and challenges of being in this dimension, and applaud all of our efforts with genuine admiration, love and encouragement. So now really see yourself in the eyes of these divine beings. Feel the love and the warmth they offer you. You are looking into the kindest face, and you are within the most loving presence. And these eyes are holding you in gentle, compassionate, utter love, benevolence and peace. The reflection of ourselves that they are offering us is a path to seeing our true essence. They offer this image of ourselves so that we can really enjoy the love that is ceaselessly being offered to us from the heart of life, the source of all. And so that any limiting and false stories will no longer get in the way of our blessings, joys and abundance. Any old energies and stories which held you back may be showing up now before they drop away and dissolve in the clear light of this loving gaze, which we are receiving now deeper and deeper into our hearts. Really feel their clear-sighted vision of yourselves. Really feel in your hearts the love and the clarity with which they behold you. And any distorted old images of yourself that you've been given and have been carrying, which do not acknowledge your sacredness and your beautiful truth, can arise now to be released by you. You may have felt the energies in your heart quicken and lighten, or you may notice areas of contraction or shadows in your energy field, areas which appear maybe not to be flowing peacefully. And we can take a moment now to look there to see if any memories from this life or maybe others, any images, emotions or stories are lodged there. without judging. Just see what arises and ask, what does this dear one in me want to say? What physical urge or sensation needs to be expressed or held? What words go with this experience? Just noticing the energies and bringing healing presence to them. And you may notice energies in your field which are not yours. Images that were projected onto you. Just let them go now and be in your own peace. Feel the love of the angels and the ascended Christed beings breathing God's love into any area which requires healing. And allow that healing in deeper and deeper. And allow yourself to release what is no longer needed. And know that you're allowing yourself to see where you may have been struggling due to old conditioning from this lifetime or past lifetimes. To see where we still need to let this love in. And with the lightened energies, we're going to journey now to a space where we can listen to the deepest whisperings of our hearts, where we can know what would make our joy overflow. Again, the way there is simply through the truth of our now. Our higher self is always holding out a hand to us and always ask, what would bring you a lift right now, my love? What, my love, would help you in this moment? What do you need? It doesn't have to be something big. It can be a drink, a blanket, an ice lolly. What type of lolly? What flavour? Does it even exist yet, or do you need to create it? Allow a bigger and bigger vision to emerge. Anything which sets your heart to swell, your body to tingle. Let yourself play with these images. You're co-creating with your heart, and it doesn't matter if these images and visions seem impossible. Just enjoy them, flow and drift with them, and most importantly, feel the joy potential in them. Let that joy flow through your body. Feel it light you up. Feel the tingle and go with it. Fantastical dreams are just great, because the most important thing is that you can feel it in your body, and you can still receive many groundable gifts from the energy in these visions and dreams. The energies flowing through you are flowing along channels of pure joy, and these energies are the stuff of heaven. They are the flow of blessings, of life and wellness that are yours. Know that the road to our deepest dreams is paved with these mini images and visions, inspirations and synchronicities, and it is built from this beautiful, loving conversation within. This co-creation between heaven and earth, your higher self and your little self. Every loving interchange strengthens the channel, and it is entered through this opening to the love of God through your higher self. And as we allow ourselves to enter through this door to the heaven that is being offered to us, we find more and more alignments, synchronicities, loving opportunities arise. We meet up with our soul family, and we're finding that things are coming to us more easily. Allowing ourselves to receive the love moment by moment in whatever form it takes. We're allowing heaven to manifest in our lives. It may be by allowing love to show up as a gentle space to contain our grief. It may be letting ourselves be soothed in times of worry, or maybe letting ourselves be cheered in our excitements and joys. It may be by playing with our visions and by daydreaming. But living our lives on a frequency of love is the key to unlocking heaven. And when you allow the love of Source to be with you in whatever is arising in you, you will be receiving medicine and gifts to share with the whole world. Allowing yourself to be open to your higher self as it tends to you and heals and releases old stories, makes way for new foundations of love, so that a new creation can be grounded completely within your being, and so that your visions are the sacred visions which become the building blocks of heaven on earth. The more in alignment with your higher self your visions are, the higher vibration they will be, and the quicker then they will manifest. So let us truly see our little selves, not with a wish to dominate or sideline them, but with the love that we deserve for doing our best in harsh conditions, for being heaven's ground crew. We know instinctively what is needed here on earth, and with some precision, and we can be the sacred chalices which carry the energies of heaven within our words and actions here in the physical, and also, most importantly, through the meeting place of heaven and earth, where the physical is literally manifested through resonance in our hearts. So now we can enjoy these energies for a while longer. The music will continue to play for 5 minutes, and I will ring my singing bowl, which is a signal for you to come back to your everyday consciousness when you hear it. Namaste.